John Razimus here. It's the holidays, so I'm just going to make a lazy video. And my setup, it's not finished yet, but this lazy video will involve me opening some vinyl records that I have ordered in the past. Okay. I have 3 of them, so let's just open them up, and I'm not going to play them or anything. I'm just going to take a look at them and see what they are. This one says it is from Virginia. Okay. This one's from Virginia. I like to order vinyl records, collector editions or rare ones, stuff like that. Let's see what we got. Okay, okie doke. So this one I ordered a long time ago. It is Riff Raff's Peach Panther. Yeah, it's the first album of his, I believe, that has been made for vinyl records. And so, you know, I wanted to support him on his first vinyl record. And so I got it. Peach Panther. Here's the front. Here's the back, and I am going to keep this, and I am going to play it. You know, Riff Raff is someone that I admire in the context of he's one of the hardest workers in hip-hop online. His social network game is off the charts. It's the reason he's made so many connections and is where he's at, due to his hard work. You don't get to the Riff Raff level without a lot of hard work. He's worked his butt off. I know for a fact he did a lot of his own graphics. He probably spends countless hours trying to find a good beat, and then he can flow ingeniously off the top of his head. So when I open it up, concerning Riff Raff though, I'm a big fan of Riff Raff. In the year 2012, I created Riff Raff's Wikipedia page. That's how big of a Riff Raff fan I am. I created his Wikipedia page in 2012, which is still standing to this day. 4 years it has stood. If you look at the original author, it says a name, which is me. It doesn't say Razimus. It says a different name. But that's my Wikipedia name. I can prove it, but why bother? So let's open it up. Okay. It comes with a poster. Wow, right. It comes with a Riff Raff Peach Panther poster. Wow, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And then a track listing on the back. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's kind of a James Bond theme going on. Very cool. All right. Don't want to bend that. And now let's check out the vinyl. Of course, I got the color vinyl. I didn't want to get the boring black and white one. I wanted to get this limited edition clear vinyl with black and peach splatter. Very cool. Very cool design. So let's move on to the second vinyl I ordered in these past many months, because let's face it, I got this vinyl months ago, but it did take a good 3-4 months to get to me. But that was when it was brand new. I probably pre-ordered it. The vinyl did not come out when the album dropped, but I believe I got a digital download code, and so that's how I was able to listen to the entire album. I did listen to Riff Raff's entire album, and I was stoked about it. I tweeted Riff Raff a picture that I modified and photoshopped myself of Mark McGwire hitting a home run, and I wrote, "Every track on Peach Panther is a heavy hitter." And Riff Raff liked it so much, he retweeted it, and then he took the image and put it on his Instagram. And I didn't even know that until only a few months ago. I'm like, whoa, I made that. And so if you go to Riff's Instagram, that picture with many likes was made by me. Very cool. Riff Raff's a cool guy. I wanted to support him on the day that his album dropped. He's independent now. He has his own label that he created called Neon Nation. And I wanted to support him. Speaking of Panthers, my little Panther needs to go outside. So I'm gonna open the door and kick her out. You know, making YouTube videos, it's tiring. It's exhausting. It's tougher than it looks. At least making good ones. So if this video gets no more than 100 views after 10,000 years, I'm not going to worry about it. It's no big deal. So here is the second second vinyl that I purchased in the past many months. Let's check it out. Even I don't know what this is. Unboxing. Yeah, let's just call this my unboxing vinyls video. A lot of these unboxing videos on YouTube. So this is not a review video. It's simply an unboxing video. Man, oh man. They are very thorough in their packing process. I definitely do know what this is. This is... oh, you can't see it. Now, this is the professional way to pack a vinyl. When you pack a vinyl... see, this is a used one. When you pack... or let's say you want to sell a used vinyl. Don't ship it inside the cardboard case. Unless it's a really old, really ghetto, really scratched up vinyl, then who cares? But if you want to make sure that the cardboard case doesn't get banged up, what happens is a vinyl will shake back and forth, and many a times it will act like the blade of an axe and chop that cardboard case in pieces. I have received vinyls where the entire side was chopped right open and the vinyl just came out of the side it wasn't supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out of a different side, but because it slid back and forth 1,000 times, it chopped its way through. To avoid that from happening during shipping, keep the vinyl on the outside of the actual case, which is what this guy did. He's a professional. He knows what he's doing. This is a very cool vinyl. It is one of my favorite Beatles albums. Magical Mystery Tour. And it has one of my favorite Beatles songs, I Am the Eggman, I believe it is called. Very cool song. Let's check it out. Let's see. Strawberry Fields Forever. That's one of my favorite songs as well. See, I'm such a bad Beatles fan that I just said Eggman. The song's called I Am the Walrus. And it's one of my favorite Beatles songs. I Am the Walrus. Very cool song. This I purchased because of stupid reasons. Like when Alex DeLarge is in the record store in the movie Clockwork Orange, Anthony Burgess's novel adapted by Stanley Kubrick. Genius film. Violent to a certain extent, but the violence is so surreal that it's not as grotesque as violence you see today. It's almost playful and mocking of itself, but this is in the record store in the movie Clockwork Orange. And I believe that movie came out in 1971. And that actual record store has been converted into a McDonald's. So you can go to England and eat in that McDonald's, and you can see the brass poles that were in the record store to this day. Cool YouTube video you can check out which talks about that. But the reason I got this is because it's the rare yellow vinyl edition. I'm a fan of just rare editions, and this is the Parlophone yellow edition of Magical Mystery Tour. It wasn't that rare at all. As a matter of fact, 1 year ago, this version wasn't rare at all. 2 years ago, wasn't rare at all. We're talking 20, 30 bucks, 40, 50 bucks. Today, it goes back and forth. People are like, must be a jump of collectors just like me looking for rare colors. And it wasn't a rare color, but it's starting to become a rare color, so I wanted to get it. And the second I started looking for it was the same second the price jumped. I was like, geez Louise. So I was lucky to grab this for like $40. That's a steal considering most people are trying to sell it, buy it now for 100 plus, 150-ish. Awesome record. I'm actually going to play it. I'm actually going to listen to it. And it's probably a bit superficial, most definitely, from a audiophiles. Jeez Louise. Audiophile. I'm not an audiophile necessarily, but I do know that first editions sound better than modern editions because those first editions were created using the master recordings in a very pure sense. If you purchase a later, has a book, it's like stuck in the gatefold. That's interesting. Nice. Okay, so what was I talking about? First editions. Yeah, this is definitely not a first edition. This is a special edition, but it's still old. It's still an old special edition. 1967 is what it says, but you can never trust that date. That could be the original date they are quoting. It's not new. It's a pretty old edition. You can find the exact details on Discogs. I go to discogs.com if I want to know any extreme details about a record, but this is in great condition. Very good condition. I like it a lot. And I put it all back, and the guy was nice enough to include a vinyl cover. But I bought 100 vinyl covers, but this is the good kind. So here we go. So I will definitely put this in my small collection next to Riff Raff. Gonna have to put him in a vinyl cover. And then, what is the third album? Here is the first. Here's the second. What's the third? I was talking about audiophiles. So audiophiles are obsessed with first editions because the record company used the master recordings to melt and burn and whatever, however you create vinyls. They create them to an extreme degree. Let's say there's only 1,000 first editions of the first version of a vinyl. It's created using the master copies. They usually don't do too many more than 1,000 at a time because the mold breaks down and the quality is poor. So the first recording, like the Beatles' White Album number 1, 2, 3, and 4, went to the 4 Beatles. And anything after that went to the fans, but the low numbers, 5 through 100, probably went to close relatives, they say, executives, friends of the record company. Those are going to sound better than record number 10,000 because of the quality not being diluted like a Xerox copy. And so that's why audiophiles are obsessed, because the modern day copies are the equivalent of a Xerox copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. Now this is a limited first edition of Riff Raff's album, and because it's a color, it's even more limited, meaning the chances of the color sounding better than the black version, which is many, is higher. The less edition there are of a first edition of an original recording from the master, the higher quality an album will sound. But modern day albums, which are recorded digitally, it depends with the distributor as well. I'm sure this one sounds better than a super modern day version. Let's check out the third and final album. See what it is. Unboxing the third and final album from some random record store that I've never used, but I remember purchasing this. This is, again, a limited color, and I don't only buy albums of bands. I enjoy the occasional soundtrack of a TV show or a movie. And this is a very cool show you've heard of. It's getting to be pretty trendy these days. It's called Stranger Things. The Netflix original series. Very cool show. Season 2 coming soon. I'm actually a fan of the theme song of the show. It's very... I don't even remember how it goes, but it's a very 80s, but really strong, clean... I almost want to rip it off and use it for my theme song. It's very cool. This is a double LP, clear black smoke. And you know what? Check it on eBay. See what this is worth before I open it. Let's check eBay. See what this is. I don't think it's worth too much. All right. It's only worth $34. You can get it on eBay right now, $34. But I bought it directly from the record store, so I didn't have to pay $34. I probably paid $25 plus shipping and handling, which equaled probably very close to $34. So I'm just going to open it and show you what it looks like. When I open, I never discard the plastic. That plastic is important. It protects the cardboard. The longer lasting. You go into a thrift store. You look at the vinyls. If I go into a thrift store and look at vinyls, which will be rarely, I will look for the ones in plastic. If it's not in plastic, I'm not even going to bother looking at it, because the ones out of plastic are usually going to be in horrible shape. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Stranger Things. Here it is. So it's clear black smoke. I just thought that was something interesting to get. You can see right through it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm actually a fan of the soundtrack. I'm actually going to play it. But it comes with this. Very cool. And then there's another side. You know, I don't want to open up the other side. You get the gist. Very cool. Very cool stuff. I mean, if you're into this sort of thing. A lot of people are like, ugh, why do you collect vinyls? You know, it's a hobby. The reason I collect vinyls is because... And one guy left a comment many months ago. He said, ugh, don't call them vinyls. Plural. It's a vinyl. And you don't... And I was like, I didn't even respond. I thought it was hilarious, though. The vinyls. So the reason I collect vinyls is because... When I was a kid, I collected CDs. And then CDs became obsolete. And I had a bunch of CDs. I did get rid of most of them. At a local used bookstore, you could turn them in and get some store credit. There's no point having a turntable without a vinyl and vice versa. And I purchased the Clockwork Orange turntable, the transcriptor hydraulic reference, very rare, not modern, but modern looking. Very futuristic looking. Even the thing that you turn it on with, even the on switch, is like a magnetic tube that doesn't even touch anything. It like magnetically turns it on. Very cool concept. A copy of the hydraulic reference transcriptors turntable is in the Museum of Modern Art. It's a piece of art. And after getting that, I wanted to get cool vinyls worthy of being played on it. And that was the main inspiration for my vinyl collection. But it grew, and then I bought a bunch of crappy vinyls, and I was like, I don't need these. So I try to keep it small. These 3 I've purchased in the past 6 months. I did go to a thrift store in Los Angeles, and I found this. I found a single of Bjork's Human Behavior vinyl, first edition. Very awesome. I'm a huge Bjork fan. I have every Bjork album. I don't have every Bjork album on vinyl, though, and I will try to do that. I'm getting pretty close, but I don't have any Bjork singles except for this one. I got it because it comes with... Obviously, we know the limited editions sound better than the mass-produced editions. So if it's in good condition, which I believe it is, this version of Human Behavior is going to sound better than perhaps even my first edition debut Human Behavior on that album, because that's probably copy number 10,000, whereas this could be copy number 300, 500, who knows. So the chances of this being more limited are greater, therefore the chances of it sounding better are greater, but you definitely have to put both albums on and compare them, and most people don't care, and would rather play an MP3. Even David Bowie mocked people that collected vinyl records. He said, all the music I listen to is digital. I just click it and play it. It's on the computer. And so he was making fun of people that collect this stuff. But from his perspective, he has 1 million albums, and he doesn't want to collect his own stuff. But some musicians do collect their own stuff. Anyway, I got lucky, and I picked this up for $1.99. It's probably not worth too much more than that, but I felt I got a good deal. And so that is the episode. That's it. That's my unboxing. Some people are nice and they write receipt. They write thanks. So thanks for watching, and My set is under construction, my setup. As far as that, I don't know how to change that. Other than jiggling it. You will see. I'll attempt to jiggle it to do something else, but it doesn't want to do anything else. So, you know, I got a little technical difficulties going on here. I don't know how to change it from saying hello to something else. I'll work on that. Until next time, I thank you for watching. This has been John Razimus with Who Knows What This Is. I guess we'll call it Pyramidical. Be seeing you.
Subscribe.